Greetings, I'm Dr. Al Freeman, Director of LCMS School Ministry, and I'm joined by President Nathan Meador of the South Wisconsin District LCMS. President Meador, thank you for being with me today and talking about something that's very important here is we've had some flooding in the South Wisconsin District, so that will be some of our discussion here and how people can help. But tell us about the churches and the schools impacted.
Sure. It was August 9th. It was a Saturday night into a Sunday morning. A longtime meteorologist on the ABC station here in Milwaukee, who I went to high school with, Metro Lutheran High School, Edwardsville, Illinois. Mark Baden. He said he's been here over 30 years. He's never seen anything like it. It was just inch after inch after inch after inch. We got not too far from our district office. We got 14 inches of rain in 10 hours.
Wow.
Just overwhelmed. We had a dozen congregations as well as school buildings that sustained some sort of damage. The average is about $50,000. The worst of it happened at Journey's Lutheran School in Hales Corners. When it's all said and done, their damage price tag is going to be nearly $1 million. Now, and a lot of it is they just replaced an $80,000 HVAC unit that was completely destroyed. They lost a gym floor and 10 classrooms were underwater. And now some of that's been exacerbated by the fact that when they started to pull stuff out, they found, asbestos and all kinds of other things. So there's going to be remediation that's going to have to be done before they can do any kind of repairs. But it wasn't just churches and schools, it was individual families. We activated a Lutheran early response disaster team, and we were able to address the needs of 65 households. Wow. Who had their basements full of water. A couple of them had 7 feet of water in their basement. It's really, one of our teams went into a basement and they saw water damage on the bottom side of the rafters in the basement. That's how it was full. So you're dealing with all of this water damage, and then you have lives and memories that all get carted up and dumped at the curb so that the truck can come by and haul it away. And then to add insult to injury, much of this was not covered by insurance.
Oh, wow.
If
you
you're
have
not
flood insurance there, right?
Yeah, well, certain areas had flood insurance, but in many of these areas, and in our own district office, it was very clear that the water we took in the basement came up because the sewer systems were just completely overwhelmed. So when we walked in on Monday morning here, I stepped on the carpet and you could see water splash. Wow. And it had gone down, but you could tell that it had there were inches of water in our basement, and the only way it came in was up through the sewer system. So, wow. So not only was it water damage, it was questionable origin water damage. Yeah. So you're dealing with professional remediation, and now as we get days removed from the event, now you're dealing with summer heat and humidity. Now it's mold. So it's been a long process.
Yeah, and you mentioned a few things. LERT, which is great. Our Lutheran Emergency Response Team. Some people may not recognize that we have LERT groups throughout the United States in the various districts. So it's great to have them respond here in South Wisconsin. This is what they do. And at the national level, we have our disaster response as well. And you also mentioned the friend that's the meteorologist, and both of you went to Metro East Lutheran High School. That's one of the great things about our Lutheran network and our Lutheran community. 6,000 churches, almost 2,000 schools, and everybody wants to know, how can we help? And how can we do it through donations? How can we do it, obviously, first and foremost, through prayer? One of the schools there that you mentioned, Journey's Lutheran School, which was hit incredibly hard, almost $1 million worth of damage, as you said, and a special ministry too. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Journeys as the unique ministry that they are, and then we'll give people the ability to act and to help through prayer and donations as well.
Yeah. Journey's Lutheran School, it's a new name to an old ministry. It used to be Lutheran Special Schools. This is a school that has historically helped those who had severe learning disabilities, autism, things like that. And they had just have a remarkable track record. They had been in the Milwaukee area for a long, long time, a lot longer than you and I put together, and several years ago when Hales Corners Lutheran, which is an English district church, built a brand new school facility, they made their old school facility, which was just golden for them. They moved in and expanded, and it had a gym and it had classrooms and it had a church, and it was just a remarkable thing. And the ministry under the leadership of Jenny Stallenwerk has just become a gold standard for that very unique opportunity for Lutheran education for those who are on the margins of the education field. In the past, a lot of Lutheran schools would find families like this and say, "Yeah, we really can't help you. You got to go to the public school because we don't have the resources." But Journeys has that now, and they're doing a wonderful job, not only preparing them for life in the world, but preparing them for eternity with Jesus. And it's just a wonderful ministry. And this has been devastating them. Although I will tell you today, I heard a great story. A graduate from last year, a graduate from Journeys last year, works at Panda Express.
Oh, yeah.
And over the last 48 hours, he took it upon himself to work with the general manager to get a one night at the Panda Express near Martin Luther High School to donate a portion of their receipts. And he just wanted to do this. So you see how Journeys met his needs, and now he wants to respond. And it has just been a fabulous thing to see the people respond. We had a work day today, had an opportunity to do the opening devotion. They expected 40 people and had nearly 80. And it was just a precious ministry. And a lot of people responding, and had the opportunity to tell the story on a local news channel. So it was just great. But for those who are watching this, the best way to do this, there's one of two ways. You could go directly, if you were to go to journeyslutheran.org, Journeys, S, not IES, but Journey with an S, Lutheran.org. That's their website. They've got a pop-up right on the top, which is flood recovery. Or if you wanted to do that through the South Wisconsin District, you could go to swd.lcms.org, and under the donate button, there's a link that'll take you on how to feed into our disaster response that will be able to do that. And that could be individuals, that could be congregations. This time of year, having been a pastor of a Lutheran day school, two congregations that had day schools, this is that question, like, where's the chapel offering going this year? And this would be a great place for at least the first quarter, if not the whole year. It'd be a wonderful place for it to go for disaster response.
And normally, we're talking to district education executives or district presidents from Florida because of a hurricane, or it could be California because of the wildfires or something like that. So it's unusual that we have the flooding like this. So it is that ability, and it's a great big network and connection that we have in the LCMS, and a lot of loving hearts that want to see those dollars be put to work in ministries like Journeys Lutheran School. Any last thoughts, President Meador?
Well, it's just been, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this because, like you said, it's the kind of the roles reversed. Normally, it's the folks in Wisconsin helping the Gulf Coast or the Pacific Southwest, but it's the other reminder, there is nothing good about what happened August 9th into August 10th. But what we see is how God has opened opportunities to use it for his good. I don't ever want to do this again, but I also get these great stories and this great joy coming out of it, and you can be part of it if you're willing to. Those who are willing to support this, whether it's chapel offerings or donations, this is a way that you can be part of that good coming out of bad. for the sake of a special ministry.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. God's blessings to you and God's blessings to the ministries of the South Wisconsin District.
Thank you, Al.